Hello and welcome once again to INSEAD's Leadercast series. My name is Charles Gallenick. I'm the Dean of the Executive MBA. It's a pleasure to have our Leadercast take place today in Singapore in the Asian context, and it's a particular pleasure to have with us Wayne.DE, who is the founder, president, chairman, and CEO of VeriSilicon Holdings in China. He will be interviewed today by Phil Anderson, who is our alumni fund chaired professor of entrepreneurship, and of course the topic is leadership in the Chinese context.
Welcome. Wayne went over from China to the United States as one of the first batch of people to get a graduate education in the USA, became a successful university professor and a serial entrepreneur. Now he has started a company in China that is very intellectual property intensive. China is famous for making hardware inexpensively. Wayne.DE's company is pioneering the concept that you can design the most sophisticated custom integrated circuits in China. Wayne, welcome to INSEAD today.
Thank you for inviting me here.
When you set up VeriSilicon Holdings, semiconductor industry experts from Taiwan told you that you could make boxes in China, but not design circuits, not because of lack of know-how, but because of lack of management systems and discipline. Starting a semiconductor design company in China, what made you decide, yes, you would bet on China?
I think obviously China have large talent pools. I think most important is the market. If you don't have money, you'll get money. If you don't have technology, you'll get technology. The key thing is the market driven and also the large talent pools. So of course it takes a while to bring to that standard what Taiwan can do or Japan can do, but I think eventually I believe we will reach to that point.
And you have found that you can have management systems and discipline that fit a high-tech Silicon Valley-like company in China.
Yes, I think it's very important to create from day one that's an international company. There's many China company, once they make lots of money, they say, I want to be internationalized, so I buy some company in Europe. But that will not bring the change the company cultures. So I think, for example, our receptionists have stock option also. So all communication in English. And we almost every day, we have visitors right, from US, from Europe, from Japan. So we're very used to communicate as international companies.
Did you set out to create a company that would be, from a management point of view, something of a fusion of the best of Silicon Valley and the best of China?
Yes, I think for example, if we tell Japanese companies, say we have China technology, China cost, they will say no. If you tell them we have US technology, China cost, they say great, they got the best deal, right? So this company is outsourcing. So outsourcing by definition, outsourcing from outside of China to China, not China to China. So by definition, our most custom outside of China, right? If we cannot communicate or don't have same culture or trust from outside China, probably we cannot be in business like today.
You have said before that your philosophy is to hire 2 people who are paid the same as 3 people and do the work of 4 people. That requires the very best talent that you can find. Where do you find such people, and how do you get them to join you at VeriSilicon?
Yes, I think actually have high-tech company in Shanghai is very challenging. Lots of multinational companies come to Shanghai, say, in 6 months, I have to hire 50 people at all costs. So not only increase salary, sometimes they help the down payment. So it's very, very difficult. So some people say I should move to some very far away. But however, I think from all the provinces of China, right, the best choice for the living, for the kids' education is Shanghai. Right, so yeah, yes, it's challenging, but also I think we have a bigger pool to draw from. So if you really compare their good culture, actually is the best place in Shanghai because you can have a bigger pool to draw from. So high tech is not like a show factory or those manufacturing. You can count exactly the productivity, you lower the cost. That's very clear return on investment. But high tech company, if you ask, sometimes people ask, what's your average salary? I think that's the wrong question to ask. It's very easy. 1 people and 2 people per productivity. It's very easy. So I think rather we should get the best people you can, especially in China, because you don't have a bigger pool to join to begin with, right? So I think the best choice, that's why I say, is you pay 3 people salary for 2 people. I think it's not that difficult for them to produce 4 people work, and they are very happy, and the company also very productive, right? And also it's very important. The A player may hire B players, but B player at best hire C players. They will not hire another BBB players because they're not secure. So the company start with B player, they hire C player, C player hire D player, then company gone. So it's very important you have good people to begin with, the core team, at all costs. So that's how to make the company. They were very picky, very selective in the hiring.
Why would a high-quality technical professional choose VeriSilicon over a multinational company or over one of China's famous technical companies like Huawei or Haier, perhaps?
Yes, I think, I believe there's many Taiwanese companies. I have many good engineers from Taiwanese companies. They have very good training. However, the culture, they're very good manage the manufacturing facility in Shenzhen, right? They have all the rules. But you cannot manage high-tech people that manage the people who work on the shoe factory, for example. So the culture is quite different. You really give them creativity, you need trust, you have to manage it by culture rather than manage it by power, for example. Right? So that's quite different culture, I believe. So that usually the first choice is the company from US, the US like company. Second is Europe, right? Then maybe Japan, then Taiwan company, not for our high-tech field.
Foreign multinationals have tended to hire people who, like sea turtles, are returning to China from abroad, or they like to hire fresh university graduates from the top universities in China. You have pursued a different philosophy. What kind of people do you try to hire, and why have you made a different choice from the multinationals?
Yes, China has many top universities. You can hire people with very good grades. However, they really don't have experience. They all, right, start from young, they always take a test, and that's how they grow up. So they don't know what they're going to do. So it's mentally not mature what they're doing. Sometimes expectation too high, right? So I think when the early stage, the company, last 5 years, we don't have the time, right, to training those people. So now we start to have, once after you have certain infrastructures. So I think our philosophy has been the early few years, we never hire fresh graduates. Doesn't matter which university, which degree you have. We hire people at least 2 years, right? Hopefully by that time they know what they're doing. Also have proven how good their working attitude is, especially given right now China one kids policy. So we will not hire someone who never change job, but we also will not hire someone who changes so many times. There's an optimal number, how many times they change the job.
Why have you chosen to focus on domestic talent instead of people who are returning from abroad?
Yeah, I think if you want to build a world-class company, you need a world-class coach, work on world-class project. Definitely we need a coach. Some of coach have to be from United States, from abroad. However, majority of people had to be local engineers. And even those people left China 10 years ago, right? After 10 years, the culture quite different. When they come back, you need to be very careful. Some people didn't get a chance to start a company in US or don't have the guts to do that. Or after those 10 years, they couldn't become a manager. So they come back because ego, personal ego, right? Because they think, oh, that's the chance I become manager or doing stuff. But that doesn't work, right? So especially given local talent grow up very fast. So we need to be very careful. We need to localize. Most challenge is the middle level manager. You can import top manager field from outside, but you cannot import the middle level manager. They all have to grow locally.
Turnover is a constant problem in China. People always seem to be getting offers at a higher salary. And it's also illegal to make staff work overtime. They have to volunteer to do that. How is it that you retain and motivate your key staff with those constraints in China?
Yeah, for high tech, sometimes you have deadlines or whatever. It's not intention to ask them to do overtime all the time, but sometimes when chip tape out, right? There's sometimes you need the overtime. So I think most of our engineers, they do overtime voluntarily, right? We not demand them to do overtime. However, we provide, for example, we use all the gyms during weekends to exercise. We have tea time 4 o'clock every day. For example, we have those tours, 8 days in Thailand, Hong Kong with families. All our year-end party, usually company don't have a family. We all have celebrate with family, kind of show us appreciation, their support over the years. So we do, and also we're flexible. If sometimes they have personal things, right, we let them day off sometimes because they did the many overtime work. So we are quite flexible and let them feel like this, they're motivated to do so. So every day in the morning, they're looking forward to the work.
Is there any one big thing that you do to keep people, or is it more a lot of little things?
Yeah, there's many little things you let them feel that you care about them. For example, when we remodeled the office, when I walk into the showroom, the first thing they show me is my table. I said the most important piece of furniture is my employee's chair. So we have very good chair, same price as my chair. Now that's, of course, we have 150 people. There's a lot of cost. But that's the best one, like the bed, the mattress is the most important piece of furniture in your home because they have to sit there for 8 hours, 10 hours. So those little things people show to people, we really care about them.
Food seems very important in China. You've gone to some trouble to make sure you have a high-quality cafeteria, setting up 2 vendors in competition, one with another. Why is that such an important element of your culture?
Yeah, every time I return to Shanghai, the first thing is I need to try the food because how good the lunch they will affect the whole afternoon productivity. So after a while, we decided we should have some competitions. Right? We put lots of emphasis. Now, of course, we provide the free lunch and also deliver dinner if they go to overtime. But we always keep changing, keep improving. We want to make sure they really have good quality, the quality of lunch.
Chinese executives often tell us that developing a sense of trust and loyalty can be harder in a Chinese environment than a Western environment. What do you do to build trust and loyalty in your workforce?
Yeah, I think, so for example, every quarter we have quarterly communication, right? Even though I travel all the places, we have Japan office, we have Nice office, we have many offices. But once a quarter, I have a whole company in the room. I will tell them the numbers, so what exactly, right, the profitabilities, what the major achievement or the challenges, communicate openly to the whole team. And we have open section, and anyone can raise, doesn't matter how small, whatever concern, in front of everyone. At the beginning, it's difficult. People don't want to offend some manager, right? After a while, people get used to it. You won't let them speak up, right? But sometimes for Asian culture, they don't want openly speak all those issues. And also we take notes the second time, the next quarter, we first need to review all the issues people raise, how we did, what we have solved, what we're going to do. So after a while, people feel you are very open, you listen to them, right? And they really care about them, so they gradually will build the trust.
You emphasize the importance of a strong corporate culture. What is VeriSilicon's culture and how do you keep it strong? Is it Silicon Valley, China, or a little bit of both?
Yes, I think you cannot be purely American culture or Chinese culture, right? You can have the, for example, I'm taught the openness. Even the Asian people in U.S. sometimes during the meeting you can say they usually not speak, right? There's some good part about it. So we have they can openly in front of everyone to raise those issues. That's really American culture, right? The stock option, the other things. But also there's also some good part. The Chinese culture also, they work very hard, and they build a personal relation with the managers, make sure they care about employees very close, right? So those some good cultures. So I think this type of, we still try to, because we have Europe also, we have Japan also. Japan has different culture also, right? So we are in the process of see how we can do fusion, or take all the good elements from each part of the world.
If I were to ask one of your key employees, what is the corporate culture at VeriSilicon? What are the values? What does the company stand for? Why do you work here? What do you think they would say? What is distinctive about your company's culture?
Yeah, I think it's very important. Is when every day they go to work, is not they just work for the managers or for company. They also work for themselves. Yes, salary is important, but most important is a career path, right? Doesn't matter what I pay. There's always someone can pay high. There's no way you can always win the race. But some kind of project, very visible international big companies project, and some of the environment actually, it's not easy for them to find in the other place. So they really like the culture, the openness, the trust, right? And they can walk to my office there to talk to me directly for any time.
You do some unusual things. You have a sculpture park in front of your building. You sponsor a string orchestra. You require all of the emails in the company to be in English. How do those kinds of things reinforce the culture that you're trying to build?
Yes, I think for the IC design, like a software, that's kind of art, right? Not necessarily like a science. You do quite a lot of imaginations. During the lunchtime, you take the short walk around the park, and get fresh air, and people communicate. That's very important. Of course, some other companies, they eat your lunch, they have a sleeping bag next to table, take the nap. But I think a more active way is take a walk outside around this park. I think people have fresh airs and right, get refreshed. Yeah.
Why the string orchestra?
So I think there's many high-tech companies. Very few high-tech companies sponsor concert like this. So we invite all the employees, and also all the major customers, CEOs, even their families. And
you're trying to reinforce this notion that what we do is as much an art as it is a science.
Yeah, and also that's more international. But they only did it once. That's the Vienna Street only did once night in Shanghai. Right.
Why are you so insistent on English for emails?
Yeah, because like I say, our most customers are outside. Sometimes we may send a small team stay in Italy for 3 months. They're on their own, right? Or Japan. And we communicate conference call. Sometimes it's hard for them to get out of the country, but we have conference call every day. So we have to speak. So we have some English training course for project leaders to train them the English skill. Yeah.
So it sounds as though what you're trying to do is communicate to people. We're an international company. Our customers are international, and that's why we do things this way.
Yes.
You have opened an office in Nice, France, and you have recently acquired a firm in Dallas, Texas. How do you integrate non-Chinese people into a Chinese company with the culture that you're building at VeriSilicon?
Yes, the reason we open Nice, not like, of course, Nice is a very nice place. It's not because I like the nice place, because when I want to open an office, in Europe you have English speech, and also the English, German, French. Very difficult to cover all the regions with also the religions. So someone told me if you want only one sales office, the best to find Italian living in France, speak good English. They kind of can cover most of them. Actually, we did, because there's a TI and other high-tech companies. For the Dallas ones, actually this acquisition 6-7 months ago, this one division from LSR Logic, which is probably the pioneer in our field AC design 25 years ago. That's very challenging. To integrate Shanghai with California is quite challenging. Shanghai with the dollars, with Texas, even more challenging, right, because of the culture. I remember within 2 weeks after merge, I bring all the key people, architect, manager to Shanghai. Many of them don't have passport. They never get out of country before. Some people bring suitcase of the water and the food to Shanghai. And when they go back, they couldn't bring the beef back. They don't know what to do with this. So we start from that point. And I remember the second night, I ran a Boeing Wampu River, have Italian people to teach wine testing on the boat.
Have you found it more difficult or less difficult than you expected to integrate a group of Americans into your company?
Yeah, I think actually at the beginning I was a little bit worried, given they never get our country before. The image of China is quite totally different. But after, because the merge, 2/3 the merge actually failed, especially cross-border merge. First 6 months very critical. So actually we did a few things. I had to do a few things, otherwise cannot do. If we don't merge, both sides cannot fit it. So we demonstrate, right, those achievements, therefore they respect the Shanghai team. Actually we respect each other, right? So I think we, now from their heart, they will think very Silicon is a better home than Elsa Logic.
If you were to give advice to one of our audience who's interested in either starting a company or opening a division in China that has a Silicon Valley-like culture, what's the one most important piece of advice that you would give them based on your experience?
Yeah, I think at the very beginning, they have to find the leader, hopefully localized. That's very critical, right? So first, English core team, right? So at all costs, right? Once this had to be AA players, that team had to be localized, right? So otherwise, I mean, if it has a wrong start point, then it's very difficult to grow the companies.
What should our audience look for in that local leader that gets a new division or a company off the ground in China?
Yes, first of all, I think it should be localized, much better. I think there's some big companies, they usually send people from US. I think, of course, sometimes but you have to at least find another person, localized. The people from outside could be in a transition period. As soon as the local people are ready, should let that person. So that person is very critical to recruit the English team. English have to be A team, right? That person not only technically, ideally you have to be from technical side, and also has some working experience, and work for some international companies. The better if they have some training like MBAs, right? There's many offering right now in China. So they also get the formal trainings. Definitely you need to speak good English for them. I believe right now, compared with 5 years ago, there's many choice.
Wayne, thank you for joining us today and sharing your insights.
Okay, thank you.